So, there we are again. Feeling a little bit more optimistic, so that's nice. I really needed some quiet time, which I got, so my senses can sort of relax a bit. It was all very much all the senses spiking up. That happens sometimes. But what was I saying? Yeah, I made this graphic that I just posted. This work contains classified United Nations intelligence information. And I made that graphic back in, I think, 2007, originally. But for the record, somewhere between 2007 and 2009, there were a few mini rotations we did in the hospital during that period. So I forget which ones are which because I had surgery on my head. I was trepanated for the brain swelling and I had 2 stents put in. So I'm missing a few memories from that period. But this was a response to Mr. Sampson talking to me, because I was being very vulnerable and insecure and scared that people would think that I'm a schizophrenic and that I'm crazy and losing my mind or unstable emotionally and things like that. I was like, well, but Mr. Sampson, people are gonna think all of these crazy things about me if I do this. And then he said, he told me to take myself more seriously. He's like, kid, he called me kid, like Billy the Kid. He said, kid, take yourself more seriously. I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'll try to do that. That's good advice. So I included, and then I sent him that graphic after he left that I made in Photoshop. And he said, now you're talking. I told the kid to take himself more seriously before I left, and now he sent me this. Mr. Sampson, Special Services, United Nations. So that was a fun little interaction between Mr. Sampson and I that I was reflecting on, Of course, I have lots of emotions, I mention it off the cuff in my writing as well, that I feel like I'm Krishna and Arjuna on the battlefield during the Mahabharata. So for non-Hindus or people that haven't heard the stories or read the stories from the Bhagavad Gita specifically, what I'm saying is that I'm experiencing the emotions that Arjuna was feeling, and I'm comforted by the responses that Krishna, the chariot driver, was giving. That's what I'm saying. Because Arjuna was a warrior who didn't want to fight. And I don't want to fight. I'm not a fighting kind of person. I'm more of a peace and love hippie kind of guy. Soulful, I mean, look at me. This is how I do things in my daily life. I wear hats because it feels nice around the skull. This one's tight too. It's well fitted. So it's like a little bit of a soft caress on my head while my brain swells. I often wear my sunglasses because the light hurts my eyes. And I like a little bit of fashion, I might as well be sadhu, is at this point. I'm very ill, and I'm looking forward to the next medical examination. That's on the 28th of this month. I'm getting a CT scan. They can't do an MRI scan because I have 2 stents in my head, and MRIs use magnets. So that has the risk of dislodging the stents, But that information comes from me, that I have 2 stents in my head. So they're wondering, you had surgery on your head, you're missing memories. Did they actually put the stents in? Was it a conversation that they might? but I think they did. They classified my files. They told me they were going to do that. So my work, Rakia and Soul, were what I was working on during that period, 2007 and 2009. And I got the material back, and I recreated the entire thing. And this was the image that I sent to Mr. Sampson after he told me to take myself more seriously. Here.